That's it now, just got to the woods and we are starting our level 4 Green Woodwork course, and hopefully by the end of this weekend I would have made myself a stool or a bench.
And if it's rubbing up against the frog, every time you push it, your knuckles are just going to drive into the frog. So what I have a tendency to do is just place my finger over and rest it on the edge of the chip breaker. Making sure you're on a nice flat surface. And again, with all blades, you want that sort of slicing motion. You can go straight, but I have a tendency, they then pin the product, and then we've got a foot pedal here. This line is wrapped around your chair leg, and then we've got a rest here, which has got these packers. You need to be a little bit careful when operating this because a lot of this is loose. Like these bits here, they're just held there by...
That is day 1 finished of our Green Woodwork course. I've come over to the van now. It's 10 PM at night, so in my van, going to get a movie on and get nice and cozy for the night. But thank you very much for tuning in, and like I always say, make sure you subscribe.
We probably should have stuck
Stuck
one in there as well, because that would then created that crack down in there. Yeah. So before you go too much further with that, get that one in there ever so slightly, and then you can either roll it over, which I'd probably be inclined to do, and then get another one in there, right, or do it from underneath, just so you've got a nice straight clean line. It's quite a broad wedge, that one.
Quite, yeah.
To the axe.
Maybe this way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pencil lines, boys. Importance of pencil lines.
Joe's brought it back. Well in, lads.
Yeah, it's alright, don't worry about it. Right, we'll get another wedge in now.
I think that might be...
Try on one of them to split it in half again.
Yeah.
Because I think this is obviously certainly the larger portion, but split this one down into 3, split that one down into 3, and then we'll see if we can get a couple. Braces go into the legs. You see on this one, the top. You are about there. I'd argue you probably go straight onto the block plate. Yeah. Because of the size of this, you might find it a little bit difficult to clamp it and block plate. Not impossible. The other alternative is to put it on something. As before. Yeah. The only thing I use this for is essentially to stick it into the end of your leg where your tenon's going to be. Give it a little tap with your mallet. And if you come around this side, you can see all it's done is just created a little ring. What that does, similar to your pencil lines, when you're working with timber, that's your datum point. You don't want to go any deeper than that, because then your tenon will be too loose inside your mortise. So that is literally just used to scribe that 25mm ring. From this point, that's what your tenon cutter will do. So your tenon cutter will fabricate an 80mm deep tenon, which you guys have got a 50mm stump top, so you'll have 30mm protruding out the top, which is plenty for you to then cut off that excess as and when you need it. But for the first one, what I'd like you guys to do, using that with the pith smack bang in the centre, give it a little tap so you can see your line, and then about 100mm back, because you're going to have the sweep. You've got that part, basically, you see that sweep there? That sweep is going to friction fit into your mortise hole. Okay, so you want that to go as deep as it can, as deep as that tenon cutter will allow. So you're going to start your shave-ins using your draw knife about 100mm, 10cm back off of the edge in. Happy with that? Yep. So again, using the draw knife, I think I said to some of you, I'll say it to you collectively now, rather than just coming straight across like that, because you're only then using that much of the blade. Just cant it, give it a slice. There's a lot less resistance if you do that, and it's also just a much smoother process. Give yourself a little bit, and then what I do is I have the clamps this way round rather than having them sort of like that. You get round to it, mallet, your Japanese pull saw. Japanese pull saw being because it doesn't have that set that we spoke about, so the teeth are the same thickness and they don't splay out from the body of the saw, meaning if I get down and dirty with it, as I run it across, as you can hear, you can't hear it scratching the top of the surface, whereas if I did it with one of the backhoe carpentry saws, it'll scratch it to bits, meaning you then have obviously more to clean up, more to plane and whatever else. So you'll notice, if you can see it, since this tenon's been in that sand, it's now got a big crack down it. Now unfortunately, that crack is running with the grain. So the grain, looking at this, as you can see, is running that way. So if I were to drive my wedge in that way, all it would do would push these walls to the outside of my mortise, potentially running the risk of me driving a crack through the bench, rendering it not useless, because it probably still function. I would just end up sticking some staples or some fixings through it, or a dowel or something. But arguably the best thing to do is to drive a wedge across the grain. Okay, much stronger to do it that way, but at the minute you can see, because that's protruding as much as it is, I need to trim a bit off of that. A couple of different ways you can do it. You can get yourself a little packer of some sort, just picking something up off the floor, something like that, yeah, just to give you a nice sturdy flat platform to work with. That's probably a little bit too high, because what I want is I want my wedge to go all the way in.
Nips. Thank you.
I don't know what to press the tenon. Where does the camera move?
Did you press it yet?
I think so, yeah. But it doesn't go up when you aim up. It doesn't go up.
Let it track my face. Then I should say. Does it went green? So tap my face on the screen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's when you're ready. And press the red button when you're ready.
But now it looks like it's recording because it's time.
Oh yeah, that's recording now.
In my opinion, that's fucking bone idle laziness.
Yeah.
Hope you catch that.
Coming to the end of day 2 on our Green Woodwork course. I've made a stool, which I've never done before. Now we're just eating some steaks and burgers and having a few beers, which should be good. That is the finished project.
He's a happy camper.
I'm a happy man, and all the boys are cracking on with their benches still. And obviously Ian's got the best one. Right, that is the end of our Green Woodwork course. Started on Friday, finished on Sunday, and I've made a little stool, so I'm absolutely happy. But like I always say, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and get ready to tune in for my next adventure. Peace out.